Welcome to the Hancock Street house. This is our site. Just going to give you a little tour of the site here by video. So this is our house. We got downspout over there and another downspout right on the porch and another downspout there. And those are all of those downspouts are tied together, including another one that I'm going to show you around the other side, but we'll take a look at that in a minute. All of this looks pretty flat, right? But all of the slopes, all of this actually slopes away from the house, so towards the street, as it should. And when you start to get down here and look at it, you can really see that in the landscape. You can see it tipping away from the house. So at about the house line, it starts tipping downhill again, and we got the crest. I'm standing about right here with the house, right in the middle of the porch line, and it starts to slope down. So and there's apparently a pipe that goes, a storm pipe that goes down here and goes right out that gate and down through the parking lot. And then we've got in the backyard here, we've got our patio, which is sloping away from the building, as well it should, and some decks and patios. And let's look at the rest of the downspouts. So there's a downspout there on the corner in the back, and there's another downspout that is in the back right here. But there's some other drainage that we are going to get from this site, and that's the gravel driveway. So you can see the crest right about there, and that is going to generate some runoff, and it's going to come down. It's rather impervious, and the reason I know it's generating runoff is because I see all this moss sitting here, and moss won't grow if it's too dry, right? So there must be water that's pooling and ponding here during rain events. And you can see kind of where the moss goes. It continues over there, and there is a little wet spot there, whereas other spots around here are dry. And it continues out here. The water must drain right about here. And look at that. Look at that erosion that we're seeing. That's all from that gravel driveway generating runoff. So I think we could assume that to be impervious and throw that in our calculations. Let's see. There's no pipe coming out there. It's just where the soil gets cut. So let's look at the grades in the backyard now. We're sitting at the high spot right here, and the low spot is down by that gate. When you look at this, it looks pretty flat. It looks like it's kind of flowing. It's kind of sheet. It's draining away from the building this way, and that's kind of all you can see until you keep walking around and looking at the grades some more. So it definitely is, sloping that way. But it's also sloping away from us down here. And you can see that really clearly when you get to the low point and get down on the ground a little bit. You can really see there's about a foot of drop. We estimated out here in the field. And so this is the low point. This is if there's ever a really big Noah build your ark storm, which there always is, we always need to assume that, then it's going to overflow and go right out this gate here. And so we always want to ask, where's the water going after that? Is it going to harm property? Because maybe there isn't a Noah build your ark size storm, but the rain garden that we're planning on putting in here is not functioning properly. And so we always want to ask, where is it going next? And so where it's going next is it's going down it would go down these steps, down the driveway, into that catch basin down there, and if that catch basin were ever clogged, it would go right between the two buildings. So again, not harming any structures. And then there's I walked back there, I walked all the way down to the stream. There's a swale that runs all along that area. Maybe you can see the valley there. So we're good on overflow, which is cool. Let's talk about setbacks. So whenever we're infiltrating, we want to make sure that we're not infiltrating too close to a wall. I'm estimating this to be about a 6-foot tall wall. And so I want to be about 10 feet away from that wall before I start my rain garden. So if we pace it off, for me that's 1, 2, 3, that's about 4 steps. Your average step is about 2.5 feet, so you could say. So our rain garden's going to start, it's going to end somewhere in this area here. Now, let's talk about setbacks from the building. Usually we talk about having 10 feet from the building, but we're really worried about flooding basements. And the basement is even farther back than the building wall that we're seeing out here. So if we put a rain garden out here, we got plenty of setback with the 10-foot wide patio, in addition to that setback that we have right here to put an infiltration rain garden in. So this site is suitable for infiltration, and the next thing we need to do is just test the soils and figure out the grading plan, how we're gonna keep the water in there.